Yes.
No, I'm calling my attorney.
Sit in the car. Hey, I didn't tell you to get out of the car. Stop. Do you have your phone on you?
Don't touch me.
Do you have your phone on you?
Get your f***ing hands off me.
Where's your phone?
Do not.
Where's your phone at?
Get your. Do not touch me. My children are home alone.
All right, we're back with an Illinois video this time. It's really exciting for us because we are Illinois lawyers. We have 3 criminal defense lawyers. We're going to see what happens here, and we're going to give you the good, we're going to give you the bad, and you will certainly give it to us in the comments. So let's see what this video is all about. All right, you ready to roll? Let's see what we've got.
On June 9, 2022, a Hinsdale police officer was serving an arrest warrant for a domestic violence allegation. The suspect, 45-year-old Sean Malarkey, allegedly hit her ex-husband with a car.
Hey, step out of the car right now. Get out of the car. Ma'am, we'll talk about everything, but get out of the car. Yep. 20 expedite, we're in the garage, just closing. Ma'am, step out.
Excuse me.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step out.
Get your hands off of me.
Step out of the car right
No,
now.
it's-
Yes.
No.
Step out of the car.
Get your hands off
Get
of
out of the car.
No.
You're under arrest.
me. No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Get your hands
Open this
off.
garage door.
Excuse me.
Let go.
No, you get your hands off of me. No.
Get out of the car now.
No.
I will tase you if you don't get out of the car.
You better take your hands off of me right now. I sent you a message. My attorney.
Affirmative. I won't come.
Did somebody say that you could come into our house?
You're obstructing right now. Do you
No,
understand
you're
that?
obstructing.
I'm not going to tell you again.
No, I'm not going to tell you again.
Get out of the car. Right.
I sure hope that's not kids in the
Yeah,
car.
I know.
It is. You can hear him crying.
No, Jesus.
Did you just hear him?
Then get out of the car. That's your kids in there.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
pretty bad.
You did this.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Andy asked you to come out.
Excuse me?
Andy asked you to get out of the car.
No, Andy yanked me.
I yanked you because I told you you're under arrest and you refused to exit your vehicle. Yes.
You gonna step up and be cooperative?
No, are you going to understand that my attorney has filed a motion to quash this?
All right, you just stand underneath.
My attorney has filed a motion to quash this. Has filed
We're
a
going out here,
motion
this way.
to quash this.
You hit us, you do anything stupid towards us, and we're any charges on. If you hit us
Excuse me?
or anything, let's go.
You've already hit me.
I didn't hit you. I asked you out of the car. I told you you're under arrest. Now you got a whole show for your neighbors here.
You are a dick. My children don't have anybody at home right now. You're going to put my kids alone in danger? I need to call my attorney. I'm not getting in my car until I call my attorney. I'm calling my attorney.
So this is Hinsdale, Illinois. We're very familiar. This is an area we cover. Very nice, well-to-do area, really nice homes, which it looks like that's what this is. And it's really strange that, you know, the arrest occurred in her garage. A little weird, right? Think that changes anything at all?
Not if they had an actual warrant.
Right, which it seems like I would guess that they did. Seems like an original arrest warrant, right? Where there was a domestic. I'm totally filling in the blanks here, just guessing. I don't know. But it seems like there was probably a domestic incident. Police arrived, talked to the husband probably last night or a week ago, whatever it was, and she's gone. She's not on scene, right? But he signs a complaint or whatever, and so they get a original arrest warrant to charge her with domestic battery.
Yeah, you can tell they were probably just sitting there waiting, or because she pulls up, she pulls into the garage door is open. It would be, I guess, procedurally, they may do it a little different if the door, if, you know, if she was like in her house specifically. But yeah, that in that situation, I think they can do what they did was
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, to serve that warrant. Yeah, but probably not the most serious case in the world, right? Like it's a misdemeanor domestic. Unfortunately, they happen all the time.
I thought it said that she hit her husband with a car, though.
Right.
With a car?
Yeah, it did. So
Oh,
I
so
wonder
I
if it
missed
was
that.
a domestic, if it was a misdemeanor or maybe a felony.
Yeah, we don't know the seriousness of it. So it could be a misdemeanor, it could be a felony.
Yeah, okay, no, but great point though. See, I mean, it truly, I had no idea. So yeah, if she hit someone with a car, they're gonna
Or tried to.
or tried to, they're gonna take that a bit more serious.
felony,
especially while she's behind the wheel of a car. You know,
Yeah.
could have backed back out. You know, the driveway. Who knows, right? So, all right, I get it. You know, once you're there, you got to serve the warrant, but just it's terrible that the kids were in the car for that. Let's see what happens here.
Not gonna happen.
No, I'm calling my attorney.
When the time comes, you'll
Right
call your
fucking now. No, I'm calling my attorney. No, I'm calling my attorney.
Sit in the car.
My children are home alone.
giving you an order.
Sit in the car.
We will
My
get your
children
father here.
are
One here
home
with the car.
alone. My children are home alone.
We will take care of your children.
No, you're not taking care of.
I'm gonna get
The way that you take care of somebody is throwing them down on the ground. You know what? You are the piece of dirt that I wouldn't piss on if you were on fire.
I smell
You
an
are
odor of
the-
alcohol on your breath.
No, that's my piss.
That's your piss?
I'm pissing on you.
Okay.
You take down a mother in front of her fucking children, but you are somehow.
He asked you pretty politely to get out.
No, he didn't. Were you
I
there?
saw when he walked in.
Yeah.
not getting out.
After he.
She cooperated the same model, same odor of alcohol. Okay. Hey, I didn't tell you to get out of the car. What? Stop. Do you have your phone on you?
Don't touch me.
Do you have your phone on you?
Get your fucking hands off me.
Where's your phone?
Do not
Where's your phone at?
get
First off.
your. Do not touch me. Did I ever say
Terrell.
do you fucker do not touch me? Get his fucking hands off me. Get your fucking hands off me.
Cool out. If you keep resisting,
Get your
charge you
fucking.
with that. If
You know what? I'm gonna charge you with putting your fucking dirty ass hands on me.
stop moving, let him take off your watch.
You. You don't get to touch me. You are a disgusting piece of shit. The next time you fucking touch me,
Hey, get in the car. Sit in the car.
no.
Hard to imagine a domestic incident with her.
Yes, especially if she's been drinking, you know, if that's at all true. I mean, she's pretty damn aggressive. At the same time, though, officers, let that one that she's got the problem with go back to a squad car. There's like 5 other ones, it seems like, or at least 2 other ones on scene to put this little 105-pound woman in the car. You know what I mean? And de-escalate and get her out of there.
Door closed for God's
I know, the door was
sake.
closed. Like, put her back in the car. You have an original arrest warrant. It's a good arrest. You know what I mean? Just now move on and de-escalate. Another point that we see all the time, everyone, you know, you watch enough of these things, you deal with enough defendants, we're one problem and then stack multiple more problems or charges on top of that. She absolutely can get charged with trying to bite him right
Resisting, all that
Yes.
stuff.
Obstruction, resisting,
resisting,
bat-
assault, battery,
battery, assault against a police
battery
officer.
police officer.
Yep.
I mean, Jesus.
Yep. Just a bad idea. Just everyone just de-escalate, go in the car, because clearly she's getting arrested here. It's not like not like anyone's talking, not like she's talking her way out of that. These situations just frustrate me. Like everyone just de-escalate, put her in the car, move on. We'll deal with it in court.
Use the words and let use our hands.
Hey, get in the car. If you don't, you're going to get charged with obstructing.
If
Get in
he
the car.
fucking touches me
Get in
again,
the car, Sean.
get your fucking hands off
Sean,
me.
he's not even touching you. Get in the
Oh,
car.
but he
I'm not
did.
touching you.
No, he's touched
Okay,
me.
get in the car,
He's
Sean.
touched me way more times than appropriate.
Sean, get in
You
the
know
car.
do you know what he's done? If you touch,
Stop kicking us.
I'm gonna kick you right in the fucking.
Everyone.
I got to just yank her in.
Do you understand how many
About time.
times he's touched me?
The sooner they get her in there, the better it is for her, too.
Yes, yeah.
Because then she can't hit them anymore.
No.
Listen to what he says
I'm
verbally.
coming for him.
Okay.
My attorney is filing charges against you, motherfucker.
Let's take her out of
You
here.
are.
Do you need anything in regards to your house?
I am suing you.
Do you need anything?
Personally. Gary.
Where are the kids? Sitting in the garage?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
You are getting sued.
No, what'd you say before that?
Face is
You
getting
said I am dead? What do you mean by that?
sued. You are.
Elaborate on it if you mean it.
You're getting sued. You have touched me.
Do Agasol too, she tried to bite me.
Way more times. You think you're cool? You can beat up a girl? Good for you. Good for
Henry,
you.
20 on recording, 1 female by
Beat up
cessation,
girl.
copy started.
Good for you. You're stronger than girl. Wow.
Let someone else get her out of the
Yeah,
car.
right? Like 5 people?
Yeah, let someone else though, besides this guy.
Sean, step out.
Where's my watch?
I have your watch.
Oh, is it accounted for?
What's up?
I didn't get any paperwork accounting for it.
We drove 4 blocks. He has custody of your watch in the book.
I mean, she's right. There is an inventory report, but you have to actually write the inventory report. You wouldn't get that quite yet.
She kind of sounds like Hannibal Lecter. When she opened the door. I didn't
Sitting
get
there
any
waiting.
paperwork.
Oh my God.
I know we're laughing, but this bothers me because of the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's no kids, I mean, she's a little crazy. The officer, probably should be having someone else open the door. But, whatever. We all kind of move on then. The fact that it's because it's a good arrest, it seems. But the fact that there's kids in the car bothers me a lot.
Just so you know, with body camera, your watch is right here.
Can you hop out of the car now?
I don't know. You want to drag me out like you drug me in?
No, I prefer not to.
No, I know you enjoy that.
That's your opinion. Can you
No,
get out now?
No, it's what I experienced. Thank you.
Are you going to willingly exit this car or no?
I don't think I can because my feet are tied together and my hands. So I don't think that I can
I'll
willingly.
help you out then. I'll help you out, Sean. Come on.
Dick.
Let's go.
That guy beat me up and drugged me out of my car in front of my fucking kids. Because that guy is a dick.
Well, you're not being nice to me since
You're not being nice to me. You never have.
All right, then we're gonna have to.
Do you know how many fucking times I've served you guys food? I sat out there and served you guys hot dogs.
I wish you would just be nice to us instead of
I
serving
wish
us
you would be
food.
fucking nice to me. Are you fucking kidding me? You're making my wrists bleed?
Well, it's following simple orders, Sean.
Yeah, politely, like an adult.
I did nothing.
Sean Malarkey was charged with felony aggravated DUI, her third DUI with a child passenger, and felony aggravated assault to an officer, misdemeanor count of resisting. She also received a citation for transportation or possession of open alcohol, punishable by a fine of up to $1,000. A week later, additional charges were filed against her for endangering the health or life of a child, violation of a bail bond, and resisting or obstructing an officer. Her court cases in DuPage County are still open. The court case of the domestic battery was dropped.
If she'd gone in on that warrant, that whole thing would have been her
Yep.
court case of domestic violence was dropped.
Amazing
The
point.
end.
Yep, great point. The domestic was dismissed. So it turned out to not be, that crazy, that serious. Maybe the only complaining witness was the husband who decided not to pursue the case.
Typically.
Yeah, it's what happens often in domestics. And so all those charges that they just listed off all stemmed from that arrest right there.
Yeah, I mean the felony DUI with
Yeah, so I don't know what the evidence is, but it wouldn't surprise me that if she'd been drinking. She was certainly acting pretty wild.
There was open alcohol in the car. I mean, she got charged with that, so that was
Allegedly.
probably
Yes.
allegedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kids in the car. No
That's
sympathy
the
for
worst.
that. No
No.
excuse for that. But sure, this is part entertainment, right? And it was painful yet entertaining to watch. But also part education too, which is, I'm not saying you should just go peacefully whenever, right? That's not necessarily what I'm saying in all contexts, whatever. But they have an arrest warrant based off of an incident that you're familiar with. The officer does seem like they tried to reach out. They'll often call, text message, or even email, stop by the house, leave a card, whatever, to say, hey, just come on in, stop in the department, right? And if she'd have done that, she'd have been processed and booked and released on what appears to be a misdemeanor that was going to go away. Instead, all of this.
How do you mitigate that? If you're trying to get the judge to go easy on her, he sees that anybody who sees that video is
Yes.
like, no,
Right.
I'm not going easy on her.
Yes.
At all.
And it's a third DUI.
Right?
Too. I think that plays a big role, especially because the kids are in the car. That's just
Those
horrible.
poor kids.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't know. I don't have much to say. I'm more or less just sad by what I watched, I think.
And in Illinois, even if they say they have a warrant and you don't believe them, and maybe you're right, very unlikely, but maybe you're right, it's still illegal to resist them. Even if you know that the police are arresting you for something, because you're Osama bin Laden or something, clearly you're not, it's still illegal to fight them. you have to go into custody and it has to go before a judge, and a judge will dismiss it. But you can still theoretically be charged with resisting, even in that bizarre fact pattern where they're clearly wrong to arrest you.
Got it. Yes, and that actually comes up a lot.
Yeah.
We get tons of people comment on these, like, you can resist and I'm not going to speak for all 50 states here, but yeah, tons of people are like, you have a right to resist the arrest if it's not lawful. There's so much gray area in terms of, is it even a lawful arrest in the first place, right? And so that is something by definition that needs to get sorted out in court.
Yeah.
And in so many of these videos that we watch, so many cases that we see, people do get really favorable outcomes in court. Like, charges do get dropped once you have a prosecutor looking it over and things like that, right? It's a whole totally different standard than officers making snap decisions on the street. And so, yeah, I'm not like overstating it, trying to tell everybody like they should listen to whatever a police officer says anytime. You have to use good judgment, but more often than not, people are just compounding their original problem. Here you go, case in point. All right, so let's start with the officer. How did he do?
I'd give him like a D-. I mean,
Really?
he was pretty bad. Well, he was so aggressive and he didn't leave. Maybe just not him personally, but all of them, like, he should have been taken out of the interaction. Somebody fresh should have come in and be like, "Ma'am, let's just try to get through this." But he kept engaging with her and like, "Why you're a piece of shit?" No, why? Like, come on, don't play into that stuff. Just get out of there. Let somebody else do it. That being said, he was doing his job and it's a terrible, stressful situation. I don't think you did anything terrible. I think it could have been handled a lot better in terms of getting him out of there.
Yep. Tibbs?
Yeah, I'd give her like a B. I guess I would just give him. I'm sorry, give the officer a B, because like once you're up there and you're trying to initiate with the defendant an arrest, you also just can't give them what they want to. You have to. Like, he's asking her to comply and she's not complying. I mean, what Tristan was saying. At a certain point, it'd be helpful for another officer to diffuse the situation. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he was just trying to do his job. There were a lot of times where he wasn't, he was just ignoring what she was saying. But I mean, she was obviously one of the more difficult people in that situation to deal with. But there is, I mean, the officers are trained for that situation. There's literal formal training for that too.
So I agree with you guys. However, I'll say if the officer knew and saw that there were kids in the car, he probably had a chance to do it a different way, right? Not follow her into the garage and pull her out of the car. Whatever, a different time, knock on the door, whatever, something else if he did see them, the kids in the car. So if that's the case, I would grade it a bit lower. Also, he did kind of get into it and argue with her too much. He should have just left, and he was clearly the subject of her ire. So I'm going to give him a B maybe on that. So Tibbs, how about the defendant in this case?
Yeah, that's one of the more difficult ones to see. So, I mean, I don't think you could do anything but an F on that one.
Yeah.
In terms of her reaction, the fact that she just kept on, wouldn't let it go. I guess her only rationale was that her kids were in the car and she didn't want to be thrown down in front of her kids and traumatize her children, which is understandable. But I think the officer at that point was kind of all in terms of trying to get her out of the car at that point, and he didn't want to cede ground to her. So it was unfortunate.
Tristan, what do you think?
I mean, I'd have to give her an A+. No, I'd definitely give her an F. She was horrible in front of the kids. Like, just get out of the car. The cop was being aggressive. I would have not wanted to have that problem in front of my kids. I would have gotten in the car and walked away with them. And the screaming and the swearing, people get upset, of course. I wouldn't want to be arrested. That would not be good. But if you're going to ask them to go easy on you later on and you're on camera saying, "F this piece of shit," you're just killing yourself there.
Yes.
It was the word. And she had an attorney. So that means at some point in time, she talked to somebody about this who presumably told her a few things like, also don't bite the police.
Yeah, right. Yes.
She had the benefit, I would think, of some counseling, and she still was just like the worst.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, definitely an F. I do sympathize with her in the sense that the kids are in the car. But then that goes out the window when I remember that she was under the influence allegedly.
Also, just
right?
get
She's-
out. Just get out of
Right.
When they tell you to get out, I don't want a problem. I'm going to get out.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem, officer. Let's go over here and talk. So, because, don't see.
Yeah, that's, again,
Mommy
that's-
has to go,
again, they're not arresting you based off like some suspicion that you're not, the officers have this all wrong. I mean, she knew that there was an arrest warrant. She wasn't surprised.
Right.
And an arrest warrant, yeah, you're gonna get arrested when you have an arrest warrant and you encounter the police. So I don't know how she thought she was like getting out of it, especially with her kids in the car. And yeah, big F because she added multiple felony charges on top of a charge that an original charge that ultimately got dismissed. So bad way to handle that. In terms of defending it in court, we don't know anything about the DUI really, but I don't know. I need to see more. I need to know more, I guess. But what do you think?
Unless they got blood on that DUI, I don't really see a lot of
Well,
DUI
I mean,
evidence
her,
there.
but how she reacted, the judge is going to see that. The fact that, I mean, there's an allegation of open alcohol in the car, odor of alcohol on her breath. I mean, it's not inconceivable that she
It's
could
not
be found
inconceivable, but I don't.
guilty.
There's no
Yeah.
fields. There's no
Right.
blood.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a shot at because the investigation was primarily based on her domestic battery
Right.
that was
Yes.
allegedly happened.
They could have had her do fields back at the station. I don't know. She could have blown. She could have done a breath at the station.
right. But if that's all they got for the DUI,
Yeah.
then I think
It's a third DUI in DuPage County on a felony DUI. They'll go get a warrant for blood.
then
So-
she's screwed.
Then she's screwed, yeah. So who knows about the DUI, and everything else is what it is. You saw it. I mean, child endangerment comes from the fact that she got the DUI with the kids in the car, the assault, against the officer.
Definitely.
No
Right.
good. No good. Yeah. Good luck to her. That's a tough one. The lesson to be learned is that you can make your situation a lot worse. And she did.
Rarely better though.
Rarely better. Yes, you're right. I
Like-
mean, yeah. Who talks themselves out of an
Almost
arrest?
nobody,
Almost
right?
nobody. No.
Worse, easy.
Who talks themselves out of an arrest while there is an arrest warrant and
Nobody.
the police are waiting outside your house?
Zero.
Yep. So there's your lesson. So there you go. Really painful video to watch. I mean, not because I'm making fun of anybody or, it's just because the kids were involved. I hate that. Kids involved in a DUI, watching their mom get, thrown on the garage floor. None of it's good. A bad situation all around, and you just wish it didn't happen like that. So we watch it. This one, to me, not for the entertainment, but for the education. There was a lot to be learned from this one. Things that you can do better if, God forbid, you are ever in a situation that's even remotely close to that. Hopefully now you know how to act and how not to act. So thanks for watching.